Hey everybody, welcome back to SCG Reviews. As always, my name is Will Jones, and today we're going to be opening up Steampunk Rally. Steampunk Rally is a competitive, hijinks-filled racing simulator for 2 to 8 players. Steampunk Rally, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That's my little Steampunk Rally riff. In Steampunk Rally, each player takes on the role of an actual historical inventor from around the turn of the 20th century, all brought together in one place to use their diverse talents to build fantastical contraptions and race them along dangerous tracks. You have 2 choices of tracks, a basic one in the Swiss Alps, or a more advanced one inside of a crumbling hover dome. At the start of the game, your machine will be very basic, just your inventor in his cockpit and then one machine part that is specific to that inventor. At the start of each round, though, each player will draft cards from 4 different decks, each with its own specialties, and use those to build additional modules onto their machine, physically represented by a grid of cards in front of them. For example, if you want your steampunk contraption to have rocket boosters on it, you take the card that says rocket boosters, put it on the table behind your cockpit, and shabam, you got rocket boosters. The way you actually make use of the parts on your machine is through a fairly basic system of dice. You've got 3 different colors of dice, representing fire, steam, and electricity, and at the start of the round, instead of adding parts to your machine, you can discard those cards to get dice from the pool to use on the following turn. Different machine parts require different colors of dice to make use of their effects, and the number of pips showing on those dice determines how powerful the effect is. Those effects can vary from generating more dice for you, generating shields, or what you're ultimately trying to do, move your machine forward. Now, one of the most interesting and thematic things about this game is that it's not like you build your machine at the starting line and then go. You're actually building it each step of the way while you're on the racetrack, and true to steampunk form, it's actually shaking apart around you as you go over these mountains and rocks. You're losing parts that are falling off as you take damage. And another really neat thematic thing is that the dice you're using to make use of your machine actually become exhaust that's gunking up your engine, and you have to vent out by paying money in order to make those spots usable again. And the cards themselves are pretty fanciful as well. They range from simple things like treads and augers to real steampunk staples like hover jets and rocket boosters and a time machine. And as you go through the track, you need to carefully manage how much damage your machine is taking. Not from other players, because it's a race, not combat. You're taking damage from the track itself, from these rough-hewn mountain pathways. If you have damage at the end of the round that you weren't able to shield, then parts of your machine will just fly off and scatter along the track, and if you lose too many, then you'll actually blow up and have to go back to last place. But you don't want your machine to have too many parts, because then it can get ungainly and your dice engine clogs up and you start to fall behind. Efficiency can be king. The joint effect of all of this is that it really does capture the feeling that you're this madcap inventor hurtling through mountain valleys, cobbling together whatever crazy contraption from scrap metal you can find lying around. The mechanics in Steampunk Rally are really surprisingly solid. My playgroup was shocked when I recommended it, and then they saw all these dice, because I normally don't like dice-heavy games because too much randomness destroys the strategy. But the mechanics of Steampunk Rally managed to even out that curve enough that the randomness feels like a thematic asset rather than a gameplay detriment. The theming and art design is just spot on. It's really great to play as these historical inventors, some of whom you know and some of whom you don't, and you get really loyal to them. You know, it's go Tesla! The gameplay flows really fast, and it actually feels like a race. It's designed so that you can play simultaneously if everybody knows all the rules and you trust each other not to make mistakes. So it gets this really frenetic pace going. It's pretty quick and easy to learn. You can get through the rules in 10 to 15 minutes, and once you know the game, you can play through one in half an hour. So it fits easily into a lot of game night slots. The general idea of generate dice, generate shields, generate motion, move forward towards the finish line is basic enough, but every game there's 1 or 2 or maybe 3 moments of really advanced strategy where you feel like a genius for figuring out how to use one specific card that doesn't look that powerful in just the right way. Honestly, I was not expecting much from Steampunk Rally. I'm not a big fan of racing games, and I'm not a huge steampunk guy, but after playing a few times, I gotta say I'm really impressed with how slick and thematic this gameplay is. And that is Steampunk Rally. Thanks so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the review. Go ahead and click below to like and subscribe to us for more great content from Stone Circle Games. And until then, have fun around the table. Hey everybody, it's Will Jones from Stone Circle Games again. Just wanted to let you know real quick that this has been our final video of Season 1. Thank you so much for making our introductory season of SCG reviews a huge success. We're going to be back in January with some more reviews, bigger and snarkier and better than ever. And in the meantime, we're going to be starting a new YouTube channel or two and launching a couple more of our own products, which we'll link you through to. So I just wanted to say thank you. Please keep watching, tell your friends, really hope you enjoy, and here's to bigger and better things in the future.